Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new episode of Finn React. Michael here. Today, well, I know technically we're not in the month of love because it's going to be probably posted in March, but still. I never did anything for Valentine's Day because, well, I'm single, and of course, in retrospect, I usually do anime, which I will be doing soon. I just got to get my wheel started. But anyway, we usually do something that we represent love. Last year we did the TV mom and dad list. This year we're changing it up a bit. We're going to go with the classic WWE, WWF tier list of divas. Yes, divas. And of course this list does not have every single diva on here. I mean, if it did, it would be completely covered. And this would be an hour, and I don't have that much time. Anyway, I'm going to go based on the list. S, I love the girl to death. I wish she was mine. To D, of drama, dump, don't have interest. Anyway, let's begin. Okay, we start. Okay, it's alphabetical order. Well, at least that's a good start. AJ Lee, everyone's favorite girl, CM Punk's wife. I will have to say, she is definitely a great, for her being one of the longest reigning WWE Divas champions, she does deserve one of the top spots because she's done this stuff in her career. She's the longest reigning. She has a book. She's doing, I think, the Glow or whatever that wrestling is for all females. But anyway, she's done it all. She really don't have any arguments about this. And if I don't put her anything higher than an S, I think everyone's going to start trolling me and say, you should have put her there. I know. I'm trying to save myself. Anyway, continue on with Oksana. See, I don't know. She was boring. Never really had interest in her. Alicia Fox. Oh, man. She was in the middle because she was the first African woman champion to hold the Divas champion. Because I know prior to that, I think Jackie held the title too. I have to put Alicia Fox, I put her as B, you know. They did make her do that whole crazy gimmick, even though she probably might still be is. But, you know, she still was one of the longest divas that she been around before her release. So, a lot of respect for Alicia Fox. Really can't put her anything higher. Beth Phoenix. She held the champion multiple times. She's tough. She's married to Adam Copeland. And she was also doing a little bit of running with NXT for a bit. I don't know if she's still part of it or not. No one really knows, but a well-deserved A. Why not? Brie Bella. Ooh, one half of the Bella twins. Now, she was the cute one. She is married to Daniel Bryan's, or Bryan Danielson, for AEW references, so I don't get yelled at. She did hold the title once, I think. She was part of that pint. I put her as B. You know. And I correctly say it wrong. I don't think AJ was the longest reigning champion to hold the belt. I think there was someone else. But that would be below us once we get to her. But I could be dead wrong. AJ did have a good reign for a title for a while. I don't know how long. Cameron. Okay, part of the Funkadactyls. I feel bad. D. I like Cameron. She's cute. But she never progressed after a while in WWE. Even told Divas after that. People lost interests. Candice Michelle. Ooh, let's think her record. I do have many good thoughts about her. She did hold the championship. She was in the GoDaddy commercials. She was in the Diva search. She did pose for Playboy. I like her. This is also my personal preference of girls I like and I wish were part of my life. A. Judge me, people. I don't care. Cherry. Ooh. I do like the flavor of cherry. Cherry never really gotten that far. D. The only reason because I don't really remember too much of Cherry. I don't know how much she really did, but she was there. Christy Hemme. Ooh, another one I really love. Let's think. She won the Diva Search, the first Diva Search in 2004. She never became a champion in both WWE and TNA. She did pose for Playboy. I do like her. B. It's only fair. I could say she has a lot of accolades, but I was going to say, I don't think anyone here hears from her anymore. She does that I was going to say, she did do that show with Victoria and Mickey James, but I'm thinking that's SoCal, so it's completely wrong person. But I do like her. B. China. Okay, you guys can judge me. I have to put China on top of the list. I know, guys, you're going to say this. Oh my God, Michael, she had drug issues. Oh, she was so jealous of Triple H. Her career went spiraling down after a while. For her career, guys, the first woman into the Royal Rumble, first woman to eliminate a man in the Royal Rumble, she held the Intercontinental Championship, I think twice. She was the original OG, original with Sable, Sunny. Her accolades are very strong, guys. And if you don't agree with that, I'm sorry. She has to be on top of the list. I mean, she was built perfect. But, yes, there are some problems that she faced. So, rest in peace to China, but I have to put her S. You guys can judge me all you want. I don't care. Dawn Marie, I forgot she was part of... She is part of that scandal with Vince McMahon, son of a bitch. Anyway, she never really made... She did... I put her as C. She did a little bit better than the other two. I mean, she wasn't part of... She did do that thing with Tori Wilson's dad. The whole, yeah. I don't want to talk about that. Anyway. Yeah, C. Emma. C. The only reason I will put her C, yes, she is a beautiful woman. She is attractive and beautiful in every way. However, she never really made it far in NXT and WWE. Even with that whole gimmick they did with her when she did the dancing gimmick. And then they did her with the whole bad girl gimmick. And then they did her with the whole Emelina, the whole elegant thing that only lasted for like one episode and then went back to the bad girl. Then she returned and never really made it far after that. So she is cute. I would put her as a B, but I have to just say, based on her wrestling career records, honestly, I have to put her as a C. Speaking of people. Okay, you guys can really hate me on this one, but I don't care. I have to put Eva Marie as D. Before you say yes, did she have a career that was special here in WWE? Absolutely not. She sucked. She messed up a lot. And honestly, I don't even know how many times she honestly wrestled. People just catch her for looks. And she never gotten far. And that's what annoys me about people. People are like, oh, Eva Marie is so hot. She's so attractive. I can't believe it. What does she do for the business? She didn't do much. I mean, God forbid, people. Name one title that Eva Marie won. None. I can't put her anything further than D. As much as her looks are fine, her career is not. Eve Torres, moving along to champions, a former WWE Divas champion herself. She was now married to Renzo Gracie, one of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu legends. She had a great career, I think, right before she got her release. And then after that, I mean, Eva Marie has just been doing a lot of protection stuff for like women for any time they're in danger. So honestly, I think she's a well-deserved B. She would be very cute for an A. I might change it. You know what? I'll put her as A. Why not? I always thought she was cute. Francine. Ooh. Okay, this might be a little bit different, guys. I know WWE and WWECW, when they had Francine, she wasn't really special. But in the world of ECW, she was one of the top few women's next to Beulah and Dawn Marie and Sunny or Tammy, whatever her name is. Oh, man. If we have to go WWE, it honestly has to be a D because she never really She made one appearance and wrestled one match against Ariel, Shelly Martinez, but she's not on the list. So I only put her as a C because of her legacy in ECW. WWE, the ECW. Jazz. Okay, now we're getting to tough divas that were champions. Jazz was one of those girls who was tough. I think she still wrestles. I mean, good God, she still wrestles. Respect for the woman. Did she have a personality in WWE? Not really. She was just more of that tough female that liked to kick every woman's ass, and she was a champion. Maybe a couple times. But other than that, I don't know where Jazz is nowadays. Jillian Hall, oh God. You guys remember when she debuted in WWE and she had that giant, like, mole thing on her face that the Boogeyman ate? And then they cut that off, and then she became a good girl, and then all of a sudden she went to Raw, and she did that annoying singing gimmick, and then she won a champion. She won a champion. She did, guys. I would have to say, logically, and I think this too, I would put her as a C because... But she did win a champion. I will give her the respectable B. She may not... It's a slight B, like a B minus, basically, you know? JoJo. Oh, the announcer. Okay. Announcer. Oh. She wrestled one... Didn't she wrestle, like, once or twice for, like, the Survivor Series? She did do... But... Because she would... But she did marry Bray Wyatt, and... Rest in peace. I would have to... Oh, man. I feel like it'd be biased if people are going to say, you have to put her in the same category as Eva Marie. But... My list, my rules. I thought she was cute. C. My list, my rule. Ooh, Caitlyn. Wow, this is a very, very, very underrated girl. I will put her on my list, guys. Now, watch. Yeah, she did win a champion. Yes. She hasn't really made an impact after her championship run. She was part of that whole awkward gimmick with Big E Langston and AJ Lee. She was part of that rival. She did come back for the WWE Diva that classic competition that they did for the next WWE Diva. After that, I haven't heard Caitlyn in probably years. But she was always one of my favorites. She was hot, guys. I will admit, she was hot. So, honestly, I will have to put a respectful B because of the championship qualification. That being said, yes, I do have to think. Would Jazz go up to an A? Technically, for championship-wise, she could. However, she's in the same category as Caitlyn. That being said, so far everyone from C and D don't have a championship on their history. Speaking of which, Kelly. Ooh, Kelly. Wow, what did we say for her beginning career for Kelly? Went to ECW at a very young age, became an expose. And then after that, things went awkward. And then all of a sudden, she became a champion. I always thought she was hot. I will admit it, guys. She was hot. once again, I will have to put respectful for champion. B. I also have to say because she was hot, I had to put her in that category. Honestly, she's a true A, but she didn't really have a true career of, say, a woman like Eve Torres and Beth Phoenix. That said in mind, do I put Candice Michelle below her? I could. However, this is my list, my rules. But Candice does have more credentials than Kelly in a way. Because yes, they've been championship, but Candice Michelle have done a lot for the business. Karma. Again with this category of Francine. It's still good and get accolades. I did do it before with ECW with Dawn Marie. Dawn Marie was one of the big girls in ECW. So it still works respectful. With Karma, here's the thing that pisses me off. A lot of people are going to say, did she have a career in WWE that was special? No. Did she have a big career in TNA? Yes. I mean, she was one of the third women to appear in the Royal Rumble for the men. She did have an elimination, but then they did the whole thing at the end where she went crazy and announced that she had a kid, and I don't know. They really just did really bad for her in WWE. She was a way better girl in TNA because she became a tough champion. She had competition with Gail Kim, and then Tara, and so on and so on. Once again, I guess I go with my accolades of people like Francine. Yes, she sucked here in WWE. In every business, she was pretty much a legend. Got my dog coming around. Ooh, Lana. Now this is going to be tough. Or CJ Perry. Oh, God. Here's the thing that annoys me about this, guys. Logically, people would put her as S. Hot girl. Marry the girl. This is tough, and I hate making these lists. Lana didn't have a big career. She did have a couple big moments in WWE. I mean, after all, she did do that whole gimmick with Rusev, Miro, and Dolph Ziggler. I know this is my list, and I have to be still fair with the credential. Slight B minus. Again, once again, I have to put the category of Jillian. She wasn't a champion, I know that, guys, but in the level between hot and Mae Young, she's kind of up there, guys. I mean, she's still doing her thing in AEW, well, kind of, before her finger decided to grow 10 times size, and now we haven't heard from her, or her husband. But she is his hot, flexible wife. Okay, Layla. Okay, now we are actually going back to categories of champions. She did win the Divas search in 2005, I believe. Yeah, 2005, because eTorus did win 2006. Okay, I'm catching up, guys. She did win a championship. She is cute. B. You know what? I think B is actually respectful for her. The fact that her credentials show what she is. I mean, her last title run wasn't the best, but you know what? She did that whole thing with Michelle McCool, and it actually worked. So, I will put her respectful B. Lita. This is where I have to go with my opinion. She is an S girl. Now, think about the original 4 Divas. Lita was a tough chick. She started with The Godfather. I quite remember that one. And then she did the whole thing with S.A. Rios. And then she became a big part of the Hardy Boys. And then she became a championship. And then she became Edge's wife. And then she did that sex scene. Why are we still talking? That still thing is in my mind anyway. But with all her credentials, and she still did that wrestling where she did become a tag team champion with Becky Lynch. She done a lot for the business, and for that, she does deserve the S tier list. Maria Kanellis. Okay. I don't think she never really won a championship in WWE, I don't believe. She was the big point of like Beautiful Girls in 2004 and then so on to her release. Her return wasn't that very special with the whole Mike Bennett thing because it didn't really entertain me, but she became a big part of ROH. Now with her being a member of ROH and AEW, this is going to be tough. I hate to say it, and I will say it. Yes, I know she's hot, guys. C. I had to put her a C. But she's way better than Oxana. She's more of a C plus girl. There's something about her that she can eventually move up to the B. Maryse. Ooh wee. I do not speak French, but I will have to say it. I have to put her as S. I mean B. I almost said S. S would be in hot. I agree. The only credential I say she's a B because she was a championship. She won the champion, I think, once or twice. But you know what? People do love her, and the fact that she's married to The Miz and she's been on that, they've been going for years now, and they have kids. It actually is quite amazing that she still sticks around, and you know what? People still talk about her, so a respectful B. Maxine. Again, I have to say this. I don't know her run in WWE was that very big. I mean, she did do that NXT competition season 3. And then they kind of just dropped her, and she never really made an impact. I think the last time I heard from her, she was in Lucha Underground with, I forget the guy that she was with, but she was big in Lucha Underground. So, but honestly, in the world of WWE, it wasn't that special. Melina, wow. Don't get me wrong, guys. I love Melina. She was hot. She came big in 2005 with the whole Eminem, but she got a bad rep in WWE. But she did become a championship a couple times, so I have to do once again, I would have to put her to B because she did do that whole run in WWE for a couple times at being champion. And I think, to me, she's very underrated. People didn't give her a lot of chances, but you know what? Melina was always good, and people did love her. Michelle McCool. This is tough. Now, here's the thing, guys. Michelle McCool is definitely... She became the first SmackDown Divas champion. She became a champion in SmackDown with Lay Cool. She was part of the 2004 Divas search. She number 1. I will have to... Oh, man. This is going to be biased, people. I will also put her as an A. Because if I don't put her anywhere else, The Undertaker is going to come out of nowhere and probably take me to the ride to hell. And I don't want to die by The Undertaker today, guys. Mickie James. Ooh, Mickie, you're so fine. She's always going to find a way to blow my mind. Okay, Mickie James. I would have to say, honestly, because her accolades and like everything else is actually quite top notch. Divas champion, knockout champion. She's still wrestles, I think. I don't know. And she's also married to Magnus, aka Nick Adal, the general manager of SmackDown. Anyway, Mickie James have made a lot of moments in WWE that people will still remember. And I will remember. So, I have to say, I will put her as an A. Molly Holly, a very underrated champion. She first was part of the Holly gimmick, then Mighty Molly, and then regular Molly. She did win a champion, so she is a multiple champion. B. You know what? Molly Holly is still, she's still a producer for WWE, so she's doing a lot of things for that channel. Naomi, okay, so she went from season 3 of NXT to Funkadactyl to Dancing Naomi. She does have a champion, and I always put the championships at B, and she's back now. Actually, she did win champion Impact. B. I think it's fair. Comment below. Yes or no? Okay, Natalya. God, I have to say, Natalya's been around for a long time. And you know what? I don't know. Maybe I'm a little kind of biased. Or, once again, this is my list, my rules. I can do what I want. Don't judge me. I have to put Natalya at A. She's been around for a while, guys. She's been still kicking it. And the fact of the matter, she probably will do it to the day she decides to finally put an end to it. And everyone loves Natalya. Everyone loves Natalya. I love Natalya. I mean, who doesn't? I'll answer that question. Any person who's not a big fan of the Hart Foundation. Now, this is where I messed up, guys. I did say AJ Lee was one of the longest reigning Divas champion, but I forgot about Nikki Bella. Longest reigning WWE Divas Championship. Been around since God knows what. And people... I have to put her at S. I know. Do I prefer Nikki over Brie? Absolutely. But I have to say is that with Nikki Bella's credentials and everything that she's done for the business, she is well deserved of a WWE Divas Hall of Fame. Which I did forget that Beth Phoenix was part of the Hall of Fame too, but that's okay. Anyway, I would have to put Nikki as I mean, come on, guys. We all fantasize about her. Okay, Saraya, a.k.a. Paige. Call me crazy, but I think it's respectful B. Yeah, she's been a championship for the business. She was one of the youngest reigning championships for both NXT and AEW and WWE shows. So she's been a championship for a while now. But she was kind of on the flow of the tier. It was kind of weird because she returned with Mandy and Sonya Deville. Then she had to retire. Then she came back, and then she left, and then she went to AEW. So, but I do like Paige. I have to respect Paige for what she did for WWE. So, is she a future Hall of Famer? I don't know. But Saraya, I will keep calling her Saraya. Respectful B. Eventually she'll be an A if I decide to change my mind. But I'll keep it for now as B. Rosa Mendez. Oh man, I hate this. She is cute. But I was gonna say once again, Rosa didn't really have she doesn't really have a history that people are gonna say perfect. But didn't she did a lot of weird things that people remember. But I do remember her in OVW. Don't get me wrong, I remember that one. Sable. Okay. Hey. I was a big fan of Sable back in the day. I love Sable. I was going to say, she was a diva. She was a WWE Women's Championship. She was in Playboy twice. She has a lot of credentials. And she did come back in 2003. Wasn't the best return in 2003, but still, she did a lot of things in 2003 for her time, before her release. Plus, she's married to Brock Lesnar, which doesn't affect me now because I ain't afraid of Brock Lesnar. Fuck him. But it's respectful A for what she did for the business. So I will have to say A. There's more with S, but I think there's other people that fit that line. Stacy Keibler. Ooh, wow. Where do we begin? I will have to say this, guys. I know what you guys are thinking. She has to fit between the bottom lists. She never won a championship. But guys, think about it. The four divas back in 2000 era was Stacy, Trish, Tori, and Lita. She was a big thing, and people still want Stacy. People talked about her, guys. You ever meet a woman with legs like hers before? I bet you didn't. But everyone loved Stacy Keibler. So, and what she did for the business, I have to say it. She never won a championship. She is in the Hall of Fame. But, what could I say, guys? She's hot. Stephanie McMahon. Where do I fit Stephanie? The $1 billion princess. Triple H's wife. Former date. There's a lot of credentials with Stephanie McMahon. Yes, I know people. It's kind of weird now because no one knows where Stephanie is and what the whole situation she's in with this allegation. But Stephanie has a lot of credentials. She is cute. She's a mother. She's doing everything she can. So you know what? I had to put her S because of what she did for the business from starting from 1999 to just about now, guys. She's still trying to make sure that WWE runs the way it should run. Summer Rae. Great. Once again, I love Summer Rae. She is hot. She's cute. I think they never used her right, and they really should have did stuff different with Summer Rae. But I have to be fair because people are going to be like, what about your rules? As your rules, your choice. You could put her up there. I know. I have to put her as a respectful D. I have to be nice to the people, guys. Once again, we gotta be fair. I disagree because I think she's a well-deserved C hot girl. But I have to be fair, guys. They never did anything with Summer Rae. Tamina. I think she won a championship. Hold on. Hey Siri, did Tamina ever win a champion in WWE? She was a 9-time WWE 24/7 champion and a 1-time Women Tag Team Championship. Okay. So she did win a belt before. Okay, that puts her in contendership. But she didn't win the main title. So that's also kind of involving it too. The daughter of Jimmy Superfly Snuka. See, I hate to say it, but you know, Tamina still is very underused, and she's like Natalya. They've been around for a while, and they do deserve the respect that they've done for this business. Maybe she'll win a championship for her release. I don't know. They haven't done anything with her since Santino Marella. Terry Runnels. Oh my god, I was a big fan of Terry Runnels back in the day. Guys, Terry Runnels was one of those blondes that you looked at when you looked at girls like Kelly. She wasn't useful, but damn, she made it. She was part of the whole Gold Dust era thing. Then she dated Val Venus. Then she did the PMS with Jacqueline. Why is Jacqueline on the list? She's respectful, probably B or A. I would put her as A. And then to that, I mean, they kind of just did what they did with Terry and just used her for her looks. C. I had to say C. Tiffany. Okay, once again, yes, she was a big person in NWA a little bit, kind of, sort of, not really, but mostly TNA for being a championship, and she did that whole thing for a while. She was a championship there. WWE, they really didn't use her that much. She was the general manager of ECW, then she became assistant to Teddy Long, and then she wrestled like once or a couple times, and then after that, she was gone. Once again, respectful way. She has a great championship being in Impact, but when it comes to wrestling WWE, nope. Tori Wilson. Okay, this is going to be biased, guys, once again. She did not win a championship. She is a 2-time Playboy Hall of Fame cover. Hall of Famer. My opinion, your opinion doesn't matter. Well, actually, doesn't opinion really doesn't matter. But Tori Wilson, guys, tell me in the comments below. The first person in the comments said, I never fantasized about Tori Wilson as a kid. You're lying. You're lying because everyone did. We all did. I mean, honestly, she got shit upon with Vince McMahon, but once again, honestly, she is definitely part of the Ford Quartet back in early 2000s. Trish Stratus. I mean, I really can't argue with Trish. She is an S-girl. I mean, multiple women's championship, Hall of Fame. She still did wrestling, and people love Trish Stratus. And she was a big point in the 2000s from her debut up until then. I was going to say, Trish Stratus, everyone talked about. If you disagree with me with this one, you guys are nuts. Vicky Guerrero. Logically, people would think, no. I will have to put her there because of the Guerrero family. With her name and her impact. I'm sorry. She did slightly better than 6 other women. That's saying a lot. And finally, Victoria Tara B. That's pretty much it. I mean, she was a champion in WWE. She was a champion in TNA. She's still doing podcasts with Mickey and SoCal Val. She's wrestled maybe one time last year. But anyway, Victoria is a well-deserved B. Definitely a future Hall of Famer. So we'll keep an eye on hopefully the Hall of Fame this year. Would I change anything off this list? Nah. Well, I know you guys are thinking, yes. I will have to say, guys, I know I would put Lana. Do I really? I mean, do I? Nah, I'm good. You guys can disagree with me with the list below. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you guys have anything different about this list that you would change, let me know in the comments below. If you want to see more tier lists, guys, comment below your ideas. As always, thank you very much for watching, guys. Check out the videos that they posted at the end that the other side to put up, because why not? And if you want to check out more, check out the links where you can find me. Don't forget the thumbs up, guys. Punch that subscribe. Thank you for watching. This is Michael, signing.